Welcome back to Theya. I'm Joe Consorti, Head of Growth. Now, if you are a customer with an advisor that's using Theya, your advisor is going to send you invoices through the Theya platform. Obviously, the frequency of those invoices can vary, and the amount of those invoices can vary too. But one thing is universal across the board. Chances are your advisor is sending you an invoice for his services using the Theya platform. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to check your invoices and how to pay them both on mobile and on the web app. Now, the very first thing I'm going to do is show you the web app, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to pay outstanding invoices on mobile. You could skip to the end if you would like to see that part. First thing you're going to see is you are going to get an email that says action required, new invoice for your vault name. Vault is now ready. You click into it. And then it says, dear valued client, we hope this message finds you well. A new invoice from blank advisors is now available for your vault. And then it says your vault name again. Obviously, this will differ based on the name of the advisor you're using, but nevertheless, this email will look the same. It'll give you an invoice summary, the vault that's being charged, the advisor you're with, and also the payment period. If you're just now joining and this is your first invoice, it's going to be from when you first joined up with your advisor on the Theya platform to when the billing date is. It might be monthly, might be quarterly, might be semi-annually, right? You'll have to check with your advisor. But the period will be right there. In this case, since it's a demo video, the period is just today. Then it says you can securely review and pay your invoice through the Theya iOS app or our web portal. So I'm going to show you the web portal first. And for assistance or questions, please contact your advisors directly, or you could also reach out to the support team at Theya or check out our help center. We have a very, very robust help center that has all the answers to most of your questions. So we're going to go back. Now you have the choice of clicking on either of these to open the app or open the desktop app. In my case, I already have both of those up. I've signed in. There are two ways you could check for outstanding invoices. You're always going to have a notification here on the Vault page that says new invoice for blank Vault. Click to view and pay. Or you could go to the Invoices tab to view upcoming invoices and also past invoices. And you can export a CSV file of all this information for whatever tax purposes or bookkeeping you need to do. In my case, I'm just going to click on the notification right here so I could show you what to do. And as you can see, this is all of the invoice information. Up here is the invoice number. You get the amount, the vault it's coming from, the invoice period, the annual fee percentage. So with your advisor, it can vary anywhere from 1 to 1.5%. This is a demo. So obviously this number will not reflect what you will be invoiced. Obviously you've worked that out on your own with your advisor. You could view the starting balance, the average balance, and the ending balance. Now the average balance is calculated with a proprietary method. You could go to theya.us, click on support, go to the help center, and learn about those calculations a little bit more. But basically it's just an average of your starting and ending balance for the period. Now, it's a weighted average, rather, of your starting and ending balance for the period. Now, down below, you could see all the Bitcoin that's being charged, right? So I can see my transaction history. In this particular vault, I've only received Bitcoin once, and it's in the amount of 0.0001017 BTC. In your case, you probably have more Bitcoin on the platform. Nevertheless, all of the transactions, all of the Bitcoin that will be included in the payment will be right down here, so you could review that as well. Now that all this looks good, I can either download the invoice again for my records, or I could pay it. So I'm just going to click here and pay the invoice. And one of the cool features here is that you could choose to pay from your Theya vault or via an external wallet or exchange. Maybe you don't want to give up any of your funds that are in multisig. Maybe you want to pay for your vault with Bitcoin that's coming from an external source, right? An exchange or a wallet that you have, because you want to keep your multisig coins totally in cold storage. And that makes sense. And so we've added the feature for you to pay via an external Bitcoin wallet or a Bitcoin/crypto exchange. In this case, I'm just going to click Pay with Theya Vault. And now you can see here, this is the invoice payment itself. So we went from the invoice page to the invoice payment portal. Again, all the high-level details are here: the invoice amount, the vault it's going to, the invoice period. We could see that it's still pending. I'm going to be paying from this particular vault. This is the type of vault it is. This is the amount of money in USD that it is at today's exchange rate, February 19th, 2025. And it's going to Palantir Advisors, invoice payment to Palantir Advisors. Obviously, this will not be the size of your invoice payments. Chances are they will be larger. This is just a demo, so we put in 1 Satoshi as the invoice payment. And then you have the network fee over here, the estimated time, which is about 10 minutes, and then the total amount. And then I would just click here to sign with whatever key is my user key in that vault. So when you created this vault, you added a hardware key or a mobile key, something of that fashion. and it will say sign with blank. It'll say sign with the device that you use to assemble this vault with your advisor. Now, I can't actually sign this for you because it's such a small transaction, but basically the transaction signing flow would go the exact same way as if you were to sign Bitcoin out of any other collaborative vault or single sig vault. You just connect your device, whether it's Bluetooth, USB, or QR based, or SD card based, and then you sign the transaction. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but that's all. So I won't actually sign it, but then you just go ahead and do it like you normally would. That's how you pay an outstanding invoice payment for your advisors on the Theya web app. And again, you can view all your invoice history right over here in the Invoices tab. That's all for the web app. Now I'm going to show you how to pay an invoice to your advisor on the Theya iOS app. All right, so now I'm in the Theya iOS app, and all I'm going to do is right here from the home screen, you see I get the same notification, new invoice from Palantir Advisors. I could either click on that, or to view outstanding invoices, I go to settings at the bottom, and then I click right up here in billing and payments. I click invoices, and then I could view all my outstanding invoices from here, including my paid invoices in the past. This matches the exact same menu that we saw on the desktop, gives you the invoice ID and the amount, and then you could scroll over to the right and find more information. I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to do it from the notification. That's the easiest way. So click on this notification that says new invoice from your advisor's name here. You click the pay invoice button to the right of that notification, and then it brings you to this screen, right? So a very similar screen gives you the invoice amount at the top, gives you the invoice ID, where it's going, right? Palantir Advisors or your advisor's name. The billing period, I could also click here to download the invoice. It gives me the annual fee percentage. It also gives me the starting balance, ending balance, and of course the average balance, like I mentioned. And then it talks about, again, at the very bottom, the total amount of BTC that's in the vault that's being charged. All you have to do is click pay invoice. And again, on mobile, you have the option of paying via the Theya Vault or paying externally. So I'm going to click pay via Theya Vault. Then it takes me to this screen where I could preview the transaction before I send it, just like on the web app. So it says the invoice payment up top from Palantir Vault. I could click into that little drop down. I could choose other vaults to pay for this particular invoice from, but I'm going to pay from the vault that I am using with them, and it's going to Palantir Advisors. Your advisor's name will be here. The invoice ID is there. The period is there. I could choose the fee rate. I could choose the transaction speed. So if I want to pay a little bit less, I could choose slow, or set a custom fee rate. In this case, because the mempool is unclogged, and obviously this won't age very well, but as of February 19th, 2025, the mempool is like 2 or 3 sats per VByte. So I don't overpay for this, I might set a custom fee rate. Always check the mempool before you send your transaction. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't even worry about clicking that button. Then the network fees, then the total network amount. And then just like on the web app, I would just click here to sign with my Ledger Nano X. I just connect my Ledger Nano X via Bluetooth, or connect whatever device you use to create the vault with your advisor to the Theya iOS app. Sign the transaction just like you normally would with any other transaction, and you are good to go. So that is all the information you need to know on how to pay outstanding invoices for your advisor within the Theya platform. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, you can contact your advisor directly, or check out the Theya Help Center, or within the Theya app, you can just contact us directly to get the help you need. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon.